a good while ago, we actually sent up this, the VW Touareg, up King of the Mountain, and to my surprise, it actually really didn't do terribly. Currently, it is not last, but it was in 20th, with a 438.8 beaten a Bentley Continental and a Ferrari FF. However, this isn't the only diesel SUV in Forza Motorsport 4. We actually do have another one. And this is it, the Audi Q7 V12 TDI. I don't know how it will compare to the Touareg. We're looking at more power. It's actually lighter somehow. Got a lot more torque, but I imagine it'll be less maneuverable because I think the Touareg, as SUVs go, it's actually quite small. I believe. Whereas the Q7 is a hell of a lot bigger. But we'll find out. Welcome back to another King of the Mountain here of Forza Motorsport 4. Just before we quickly get into the building, if you want to, I actually have made this more of a little challenge now. So if you do want to take part in this series, I'm not quite too sure how I want to lay everything out, but if you join the Discord, link in the description, I've got a little Forza 4 King of the Mountain sort of area where you can discuss things and upload some videos if you want. You know, if you want to take part in this, I'll figure out, if we get some clips, I'll figure out how I want to do it. Anyways, let's get into the building of this. Yeah, so now there, no surprise. I'm actually running a little bit. As Forza 4 goes, I'm a bit low on cash, only 472,000. I have been buying a fair few cars. So what we're looking at, 315s all around, which is very, very nice to see. Oh yeah, we've got the little body kit. Of course, gonna have to put the wing on. Oh, we've got a few front bumpers on this. Alright, okay. Ooh, that's hideous. Yes, that's going on. We're gonna make an awful car, even more awful. Yeah, I don't like SUVs in the slightest. I actually, yeah, we're going with those on the sort of the squished exhausts. What is, honestly, I don't know, but we're making it really flat. There we go. Right, okay, that's all dealt with. Gearbox, I'll worry about later. I'm gonna put on a diff. I can't upgrade the brakes. Okay, interesting. Well, now that's gonna work out. Weight, nice. We're taking out a good amount of weight. Well over half a ton. That is 1,300 pounds. So we're now down to just over 2 ton. There we go. Now we've gotten below that. I'm gonna put you on. Of course, we're gonna be dealing with twin turbos. That's fine. We can whack that on. Whack you on. Yes. Ooh, okay, this might not quite get to the top of, well, anywhere near the top of S-Class compared to the Touareg actually got pretty close, didn't it? I think actually, I can't remember how high that got. Right, okay, gearbox, yeah. Oh dear. That's not, okay, that's taken out a huge chunk of the top speed. Okay. Right, that's interesting. We'll put on these Wantanabes, because I think these are the lightest, 37 pounds, is that right? Let's have a look. Yes, they are the lightest. That's good, because I actually do quite like the look of these wheels. Right, okay, I think that is pretty much all I can do. I'm not going to bother with, whatchamacallit, with this. There's just no point, you know, there really isn't any point to it. So yeah, there we go. That is the Audi done. So, hang on. So when we're looking at it, we've got so it weighs under 2 ton, just, but it's got 799 horsepower. So basically 800 horsepower, 1,000 newton meters of torque. Very nice to see. Yeah. Okay, this is intrigue. I think the Touareg's gonna be quicker than this. I really do think. Right, okay. Well, let's have a look at the benchmark. I'm not really too sure how this is going to work. Here we go. 0 to 60, 3 seconds. 0 to 100, 6.6. Top speed is now 157. Yeah, unsurprisingly, the handling isn't great. Well, there's those shockers there. I'm curious to see what is the top speed reduced because of the racing transmission? I'm gonna expect a huge amount. Let's have a look. There we go. 195 if I don't have the gearbox in. Alright, okay. I'm hoping that should be okay with it, that the gears aren't just absolutely murdered. However, that's what we're gonna have to deal with. So, let's see how this does up the mountain. Here we are, base of Fujimi Kaido. I'll eventually get that sentence out. Gonna have 3 attempts to get the Q7 up the mountain as quick as possible. Current leader is the Evo 6 with a 429.2. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna get anywhere close to that. Really, its main target is, well, the Touareg, the 38.8. I don't think it's going to beat it. I think we're going to be looking at Ferrari FF with a 439, but it could even be a lot worse than that. Alright, well, let's fire up the diesel Quattro. It's going to be a hell of a lot different if this was the car they used to fire up the Quattro. I can't remember what the reference is properly, so you have to just take me word for it. Okay. Come on, right, let's get you around turn 1. So, unsurprisingly, understeery, you know, what's new? Bloody water's wet. Right, okay, the gear... Oh, okay, the gears, they're actually pretty sensible. They're not horrible gear ratios, so that is something to note. Alright, okay, so I definitely shouldn't be having any turbo issues. 97 miles an hour over the red crest, that's not... I was expecting a lot worse, I will admit. The acceleration of it is actually quite remarkable, just like the Touareg. It's not driving horribly. Obviously with these slow sections, it's not going to be coming undone too much, really. It's going to be once we get to the river chicane, to that much quicker section, that is where the Touareg struggled, and that is where this Audi is probably going to struggle as well. I ballsed up the sentence, so I thought I'd roll with it. Oh dear Christ. Yeah, there we are. That is the understeer. Come on. Faster corners. Use the diesel. Get out of that corner. Right, come on. Let's get you through the hairpins. So far, though, really surprised. I was expecting a hell of a lot worse from it, but I suppose, you know, we're not getting to the ridiculous high speeds that you would get. Well, I'll say ridiculous. To the high speeds you would get at other racing tracks. You know, we are going up a mountain road, so, you know, that is that. I actually kind of wonder, what is the average speed? This, well, I'm not going to say this series, because, oh, bloody hell, it's going to be massively varied, but, like, what, in a lot of cars, what is the average speed, going up this mountain? Because I imagine it must be pretty low. I really don't know. Struggling through the left-hander there, river chicane. Ooh, I tried to take off a little, tried to straight line it a little bit too much there. That was not the car's fault. Had a little bit of a wiggle going into it, but, you know, wasn't quite able to straight line it too much. That was my mistake on that one at the 50% hairpin now. Just realised, I'm guessing they're the little gear shift paddles on the steering wheel there. What's my guy going for it like it's a manual car? Were the Q7s manual? Or were they... You know what, I don't actually remember. Not that I really know much about a Q7, because I don't like the bloody thing. Didn't even use it in TDU2. As soon as I got Chris's Q7, I just sold it because I just used the spiker. Even if the spiker date was absolutely hideous. Anyways, let's not worry about test drive. This is Forza. Come on, through the waterfall car park now. There we go. And to be honest, I was expecting a lot worse from this Audi. It's actually not being that bad. It's getting its weight around actually quite well. I don't actually know which one's lighter. This or the Touareg. I really don't know. It's been a while since I've actually used a Touareg. I probably should have just watched the video a little bit, remind myself of the stats. You know, is what it is. I'll probably just watch it afterwards. After do all 3 runs, remind myself of the stats, so I could do a little bit of a comparison at the end. Right, okay, slam on the brakes, got this one more hairpin, and then just use that diesel power out. Let's see what speed we can get up the mountain. We should have no issues really getting up here. I mean, yeah, sure, we're lugging a lot of weight. 125 miles an hour, that's... okay, that's on the lower end. Considering the average, I think, up there's about 130. Probably about 128, actually, for the four-wheel drive cars, and about 132 at this point for the rear-wheel drives. Oh, God, come on. Let's get you through here. Ooh, a little bit too eager on the power. There's quite a hell of a lot of oversteer through there. A little four-wheel drifting. Just have to get you through a few more corners. That was my fault there. Was way too slow. Way too slow through the final cut, through the penultimate corner there, and hit the barrier on the inside. 441.8. Well, there was a hell of a lot of mistakes. However, it's not terribly far behind. This easy at least 2 seconds in that entire run. There was a lot of mistakes from me. So, you know. Sorry, I'm just moving the can. I honestly, this could probably beat the Ferrari FF, which would be absolutely amusing for me. The fact that a Ferrari's been beaten by an Audi SUV up a mountain road. But, you know, is what it is. Oh, come on. We are through there relatively fine, actually. Managed to keep it off the wall. Let's get it slowed down now for the chicane. Not lock the brakes. That was actually pretty tidy. Will say so myself. A little bit of understeer through there, but I can use that diesel torque and power, get myself out of there. 98 miles an hour up there. That's the thing. Oh, I think I actually stalled a little bit there. Tiny lock on the brakes and stalled it. Honestly, I'm actually really surprised with this. I mean, it was the same thing with the... It was the same deal with the Touareg. The Touareg wasn't horrible. Oh, well done, mate, you absolute buffoon. The Touareg absolutely was not horrible up here. Like, you know, the acceleration really is what propelled it through these little sections, because it just had good torque, good power. This has got even better torque and even better power. Oh, Jesus. I need to absolutely... Right, okay. I need to learn that for the third run. I mean, this run's already been a wash. It's absolutely already dead in the water. But, you know, let's try and improve it for the final ones. I might possibly be able to salvage something. Let's get you through this section into the four hairpins now. The brakes are actually fairly good. I will give it that. You know, the brakes are not the worst thing in the world. Come on, come on. As long as the turbos don't lag, yep, we're fine. We are absolutely fine. I mean, part of me actually does quite like the fact that it's just a V12 diesel. You know, I don't know why, but that's just, it's quite amusing for me. It's like was the Touareg a V12 diesel as well? I think it was. Oh, come on. Actually, we're not licer through there this time. 127 is not slow. It's not awful. I don't know why I turned into a snake. I forgot my sentence halfway through. At 50% hairpin now. It's too busy focusing on trying to get the Audi through there, and then completely having a brain fart halfway through. Oh no, the curb, the little bit of the crest causing a small problem, but the Audi managed to get through there relatively in one piece. I'm going to say relatively because it almost clattered the wall. Come on, over here. There we go. Completely fine through that section. Just this left hand here is causing a few problems for cars with this. Not really a big of an issue, just a smallish understeer, but I think that's more from me being an absolute clot rather than the car failing. Because that's the thing, you know, I'm not driving this well in the slightest. I'm having to deal with 700, well, basically 800 horsepower, but I need to actually, you know, realise, yes, I've got 315s. I've also got a car that weighs essentially 2 ton. So I can't lob it round like it's a bloody rally car up the mountain road. So that's not going to work, is it? Come on, we can get you through there though, no worries. Actually, to be honest, it is doing pretty well. Oh, come on. Nicely through there. A little bit of understeer, but the front end actually, well, I'd say a little bit of understeer. It kind of just let go a little bit, but then pretty much just gripped throughout. There was a lot of wheel spin through there. So I'm not too sure, but it definitely did manage to hold on. That's the important thing. It wasn't just letting go on. There's a little bit of air time through there. 127 miles an hour. That's still, again, actually very good. Come on. They're just trying to get you through a few more sections. It sort of feels like I've got a cold coming on. I think my commentary is getting a little bit rough. I mean, bloody hate having signs of illness. Whoa! Christ almighty, the dip there really did throw the Audi sideways. That was quite alarming. Jesus. Right, okay, let's not balls it up. There we go. Like, a little bit more sensible through there. Front wheels, a little bit of lack of grip, but managed to get through there with exactly half a second off the time. Yeah, half a second exactly safe through there, and that was because there was a lot of crashing going on for me. Right, okay, I've learnt my lesson. Final attempt. Let's not be an idiot. Let's actually get this Audi up sensibly. And let's do things for proper. I think the exhaust pops as well don't actually move with the exhausts. It's quite amusing. Come on, it's actually telling me the correct time as well. There you are, it's 3:45 at the time of recording. That's good, I don't have to get my phone out and sort of look at the time. Come on, let's get you through the first tunnel for the final time. Slam on the brakes through the chicane. Alright, okay, it's turning the slightest tad bit too early, however. Got through there actually relatively fine. It didn't ping off horribly and cause a lot of issues. 98 miles an hour yet again. Let's not stall the Audi this time. Much better. Much, much better. Through that section, can get on the power, and to be honest, even though yes, it is understeering at the high speed stuff, it's got a surprising amount of mechanical grip. And that is a plus point. Oh, Christ almighty, I just understeered hugely there on the brakes. That was hideous to watch. It's that's not a good sign, but if I manage to do things sensibly, we're going to be a lot better through that section. Right, okay, come on. We need to save as much time as possible with the Audi, especially after that massive understeer episode. Come on, over through this hairpin now, tiniest of locks on the brake, trying to get a little bit too, trying to push this Audi a little bit too much. Now it's getting to the point where I'm locking the brakes. That's not a smart move from me. Need to sort that out. Oh god, had a little bit of a squibbly moment heading into the 4 hairpins, and whilst the brakes are actually quite good, they're not good enough, and combine that with a lot of understeer on the brakes, and that is recipes for concerns. But we're through there. We're through there relatively okay. Now we've just got to try and get it through probably what I'd argue is probably the most dangerous corner on the track. This little chicane here. Flat out, okay, little ping off the wall. We're fine though, it managed to get through. I'm okay with the little ping on the wall, because, you know, I hit it with the side. I think kind of rotated the Audi a little bit more through there. I think it was a little bit of an assist, really, through the 50% hairpin now. Just easy does it. Used all that torque that we got. Get it up. Now, let's be a little bit more cautious. That's more like it. Through that section. Now that we've managed to keep it away from the wall. Get it through the brakes. And we are here for the final time. Okay, just got a few more problems to deal with. Yeah, we're fine through there. Not really much of an issue for the Q7, as you'd expect. I tried to take that corner with a little bit too much enthusiasm, and the front end wasn't quite able to hold on. Needed to definitely go on the brakes there. It was not just a corner where I could just let off the power. I needed a dash of brakes at the same time. Okay, but we're through the waterfall car park now for the final time as well. Come on, we're through there relatively fine. Just a few more of this section to go. I was about to say a few more corners, but well, in Fujimi terms, it's a few more corners. In probably racetrack terms, there's a hell of a lot of corners still to deal with. Right, come on though. Got more issues to deal with through this really, really dangerous chicane section. Again, just a little bit of tyre squeal from the Audi, but we're still very much fine. That's the good thing. No issues through there whatsoever. There we go. Can now just use all of that V12 dieselness to get it up the mountain. Come on, a little bit of airtime. Oh, that was a mistake from me, I think, from gearing up. 126. Did not need to gear up in the slightest. Just leave it in 5th. Oh, I turned in too early. I'm trying to predict the understeer by turning in earlier, but it's not actually working out in the slightest because I'm now turning in too early. Because the understeer in this thing, yes, it's there, but it's not like I'm going to be understeering off the mountain. Come on, just a few more corners, just a few more. Are we going to be saving time? We're slower than the Ferrari. And we've made it there in the end. It is now the slowest car up the mountain. Yes, there was still a lot of mistakes. I did try and push the Audi as much as possible, but I think I pushed it too hard. Well, you know, that does happen. It did really surprise me, the car, I will admit, but yep, it is now the slowest. But how far was it the slowest? Well, let's get to discussing that now. So, the Audi Q7 holds the bottom of the table by 1.5 seconds to that Ferrari FF. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't think it should really surprise that this is very low down, but I was surprised that the Touareg it's basically 2 seconds faster than the Q7. I'm just guessing that the Touareg, just being that little bit smaller, was just a lot more manoeuvrable up the mountain, so it kind of worked in the car's favour compared to the Audi, because the Audi is, well, it's fucking huge. But you know, the Audi still had really good acceleration overall, and it wasn't the worst thing in the world to drive. It's just, you know, for the mountain, surprise, surprise, it wasn't the good call. However, I'm going to call it there for a video. Do hope you enjoyed. All feedback is appreciated. If you do want to suggest a car, in the comments or my Discord is where you can do it. Yeah, that's going to be it for me. Take care, and ciao for now.